back to school season is readily underway. One of the top priorities at the top of our list is making sure that we have a place to not only leave our kids, but know that they're being safe as well. So that's why we are here with Elizabeth Tovia of the YMCA, who's going to talk about a lot of the different child care options that they have right here. How are you, Elizabeth?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here because child care is like at the top of everyone's priority list at this time of year. And I know when we're all away at work, we want to make sure that our kids are safe and all right, and we don't have to have that extra worry looming over our heads.
Definitely.
Talk about some of the options you have here at the YMCA.
Well, at the YMCA, we do have child care centers at 2 of our 3 branches. One here at Parkwood, which is a preschool, just ages 3 and up, and then one at Oak Park, our South Lansing branch, that serves infants through pre-K. I think what I always like to tell families about when they're looking for care, especially for the first time, is to really do some homework and make sure to tour a couple of different places at least so that you can get a feel. I also tell families to go to the greatstarttoquality.org website, which you can search for centers and home-based care based on address or zip code, and you can filter for other attributes as well. It's really good for families to know what's available in order to make sure that they find the right fit.
Absolutely. And Elizabeth, you touched on something very important. Sometimes this is something parents are doing for the very first time. So what are some of those things that we need to make sure we're checking off when we're looking for child care options?
You know, the thing that I tell families that is the first and foremost when you go to tour is to look at the interactions between the staff and the children. Look at the quality of that engagement. Are the staff down at the kids' level? Do the staff look like they're enjoying themselves? Are they talking to children close up instead of yelling across a room? Those relationships are the key to really good early care and education. Children learn best when they are in a trusting, comfortable relationship. So even if the room is going to be messy and there might be a certain level of chaos, but if the children are having fun and the staff are engaged, you can be sure that your child will have a good start. If the children are, have their shirts off and little aprons on and they're in the paint and they've got it all over, that's a good thing. They'll get cleaned up before they're sent home, mostly, and it's just it shows that there are outlets for their creativity and all that social emotional learning, which is very important. That comes by being able to play side by side with their peers and learn through those relationships.
Love that. So when they are in these rooms and they are side by side amongst one another, talk about what goes on inside those rooms.
Well, so most classrooms, whether it's a home-based provider or a center-based provider, there is a schedule for every day. Okay. So it's not to be confused with babysitting or anything like that. Usually, especially from the toddler ages on up, there are activities in the morning that may look like play to us, but children learn through play, and each of those activities that are play-based actually have some academic intent behind them. So what they're doing is they are exploring with their hands, with their mouths. Each place has a set schedule, and that's something that a family is going to want to look at when they go visit a center. Do the activities and the patterns of the day mirror similarly what goes on in the household.
What is the first step to signing up our children?
Certainly on the YMCA's website, we have our child care section that has links to how to enroll. But there's also, the governor signed the Pre-K for All program. There's a website called myfreepreschool.org. That's myfreepreschool.org. And that's a place where families can submit an application. We at the Y at both of our centers are going to have GSRP classrooms this fall, and that's where the Pre-K for All children get to come.
Thank you for easing us into this school year by showing us the options that we have here at the YMCA, and we'll make sure we have more of this online at WILX.com.